Hello, everybody. This is 3SP, and I'm coming to you with another update. Trump on tax reform. I don't want to be disappointed by Congress. President Donald Trump on Wednesday touted tax reform as his key to unlocking economic growth and job opportunities, and put the onus on Congress to overhaul the U.S. system. So, this is our once in a generation opportunity to deliver real tax reform for everyday, hard-working Americans. And I am fully committed to working with Congress to get this job done, Trump said in a speech in Missouri kicking off his tax reform push. And I don't want to be disappointed by Congress. Do you understand me? The president describes chopping business and individual tax rates as foundational to his goals to dramatically boost American gross domestic product and job creation by U.S. companies. If the U.S. does not change its tax system, jobs in our country cannot take off the way they should. And it should be much worse than that, Trump said. Trump offered only minimal details on what his plan would specifically do to accomplish those goals beyond what was contained in a broad White House outline earlier this year. He urged congressional Republicans and Democrats to pass a tax reform plan that he said would boost wages and increase the money that flows into workers' pockets. But as with Obamacare repeal earlier this year, Trump framed tax reform as mostly lawmakers' responsibility to accomplish. What could possibly be more bipartisan than allowing Americans to keep more of what they earn and creating an environment for real job and wage growth in the country that we love so much? He asked. The president made the case for his key agenda item after Republicans failed to repeal and replace Obamacare. Another major Trump promise amid party fighting this year. GOP lawmakers aim to start working a still undisclosed plan through Congress when they return next month, and hope to have it signed into law by the end of this year. While the White House has not proposed a specific plan, it has given an outline of priorities, including chopping corporate and individual income tax rates, using a one-time repatriation tax on corporate profits overseas, removing many deductions and moving to a more territorial tax system. On Wednesday, Trump highlighted several key goals for his tax reform push, making the tax code simpler and more fair, reducing the tax burden on U.S. companies, cutting rates for middle-income Americans, and bringing back cash parked overseas. He did not detail potential policies and rates, beyond saying that he wants a 15% corporate tax rate, down from the current 35%. Trump claimed that lowering rates for businesses will boost job growth and wages for workers, but it is not clear that cutting business tax rates creates more jobs, as Trump and others have argued. The president also framed his plan as a help middle-class Americans rather than entrenched elite interests. But various analysts of the proposal he released as a candidate said they would help the wealthy the most. Trump framed tax reform as an issue that Democrats could potentially get behind. Nearly all Democrats will likely oppose the GOP plan if it touches major tax cuts for the wealthiest Americans. Republicans who plan to use a budget mechanism that will not require any Democratic votes to pass a tax bill still see the potential to win over some Democrats in red states who face re-election next year. One of those lawmakers is Senator Claire McCaskill of Missouri. I'm going to end that there. The thing with these tax cuts is as we've seen a lot of companies planning to come back to the United States, it is because Trump has promised to give the tax cuts. The whole argument of this article right here is saying that there's no proof that tax cuts will create more jobs, but it's already created more jobs just talking about doing the tax cuts. To me, that is huge. To let you know, the tax cuts probably won't affect me directly, not in the short term, well, not in the long, well, not in the short term, but in the long term, all of us, especially everybody who wants a better job, this is probably the last plan we have of saving our economy. And this is what his whole presidency is riding on now. Are these tax cuts? Yes, it does benefit some of the richest Americans right now. But again, that's to encourage them to rebuild in the United States, bring everything back from China, from Mexico, and from other countries. So, and one thing we know, just like with the Obamacare repeal, is that some of the Republicans, they're neocons. And it's all about the corporate medical. So in this same way, it's more about if they vote against it, we know it because they have oversee interests. And I'm going to leave that there. I don't have much to talk about it except we need it. We really do need it. And this is 3SP signing out.